Hello everyone. Now, after having lengthy conversations with Mark about this topic over the last week, I would like to include the rest of you, the men of hope, in what we discussed. So, in 1810, an American sailor called Jonathan Lambert, he settled the most remote island on earth, a place called Tristan da Cunha. Now, he immediately proclaimed himself as king and took possession of the island. At only 38 years old, he had made it. He was the legitimate ruler of his very own kingdom. Then 2 years later, he drowned in a fishing accident. You see, if you look around, almost everyone is chasing something. A title, recognition, that little boost of prestige. We don't always call it that, but it's there. It's the way people polish up their social media profile and drop the right names or educational institution or angle for that seat at the right table. You know, the table with the people that are going places. Now, the Bible doesn't just ignore this impulse. In fact, Jesus talks about it directly. In Luke 14, he notices how people scramble for the best seats at a banquet. And he says, don't do that. Take the lowest place, because if you exalt yourself, you will be humbled. But if you humble yourself, you will be exalted. Now, that cuts against everything in our culture. Status is supposed to prove worth. But Jesus flips it around. You see, chasing prestige only exposes insecurity, while humility opens the door for God to lift you up in His timing. Paul echoes this in Galatians when he asks, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or God? Now that is the real question. Who are you performing for? Whose opinion actually matters? But here's the tricky part. Prestige is addictive. The more you taste recognition, the more you want it. But it never satisfies. It's like trying to find the end of a rainbow. No matter how hard you try, you will never quite get there. And enough will never be enough. Ecclesiastes calls it chasing after the wind. You can pour your life into building a name, but in the end, it's just smoke. What lasts isn't the spotlight. It isn't your so-called legacy. And it's definitely not what car you drive or the brands you wear. It's faithfulness, the unnoticed acts of obedience, the service that nobody claps for. That's the stuff that God sees. And it carries more weight than applause from people today. So maybe the question is this: are you spending your energy climbing ladders that you won't even be standing on in God's kingdom? Or are you quietly investing in what He calls great humility, service, faithfulness? Now, I hope this gives you gents some food for thought. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on part 4 of the Men of Hope.